Okay, so I'm Farhad Khan. I am the CEO of Member Lounge, and who we are our platform. Member Lounge is a member engagement platform, so it's an AI-powered engagement platform. So with this, like we help you double your member engagement and grow your association overall. So um, we have been working with associations for over 10 years, and like we are located in Canada. I'm here in Ottawa, Canada, and like we have built some of the largest membership websites in Canada here as well. And also we have a top association podcast. So it's the Member Lounge podcast. If you haven't been to our podcast before, it's on YouTube. So if you just search like Member Lounge podcast, you will find it. So yeah, so if you do like listen to our podcast already, then please subscribe to our channel. That way, like you get the new content right away. Okay. I want to ask you this question to begin with. What's your biggest challenge with your membership? If you don't mind like typing on chat, or maybe just unmute yourself and just like share one or two challenges about your membership right now. What's your biggest challenge with your membership? And we'll try to address them during the webinar. Any takers? Anyone wants to volunteer? You can unmute yourself and come on mic, or you can type on chat as well. Lindsay is saying engagement. Absolutely. That's what we are going to talk about today. Anyone else? What's your biggest challenge with your membership? No one? Means you don't have any challenge. That is great. That is good. Brad, you unmuted. Do you want to share? Or sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think here. I guess, yeah, it would be engagement, but especially over a wide geographic range where there's concerns if you're able to deliver the same level across that
Mm,
geographic range, if it's
right.
very large, to
Where are
isolated
you
regions
located?
versus highly populated regions.
Right, right. Brad, where are you located?
Ontario, fellow
Oh, Ontario.
Ontarian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Uh,
That's great. Okay.
so you know what I'm
So
talking about then.
yes, yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so engagement is probably the theme, I guess, overall, like the biggest challenge that we are having nowadays. So yeah, so we'll talk about that. So what you learned today is like, first of all, I'll start by talking about like why member journeys are very important, right? So I think like member journeys are often an afterthought for any association. So we are so busy. We have lean teams. We have like lean budgets, and as a result, we don't always have enough time to kind of like look at the member journey. But member journeys are so important. So I'll talk about that a little. I'll talk about three hot ideas. So if I were to like, if I were like our three like top lessons learned, like three most powerful ideas, I wanted to like bring them into this webinar, right? So these are like our three most powerful ideas for member engagement, and I hope you'll be able to kind of like use them in your association as well. And finally, I'll share like how do we do this? How do we apply these three ideas like with Member Lounge with our platform? So I'll go through this in detail with you. Now, first of all, when we talk about member journeys, I think like I mentioned, member journeys are often an afterthought, but like if you look at it closely, member experience, member journeys are always there. So from the moment a member comes to your association website, from the moment they actually like send you a message, from the moment they have a phone call or maybe like any interaction with you, the member journey has begun, right? So the every single touch point your association actually has with a member, the member journey has begun, and the member experience for the member is always there, right? It can be either good or it can be bad. The experience is there. If you focus on the member journey, if you like map out the member journey and understand that, hey, you know what, our members come in from these different areas and then they go through these three flows. If you map out the journey, then you can deliver a good experience. But if you don't map it out, if you don't like take a holistic view at the member journey overall, then like the experience that members get isn't actually that great. Meaning like maybe they're okay, but they could be much better for member engagement. So that's why member journeys are extremely important, and we actually have like a dedicated audit for doing that. We do a member journey audit with associations to kind of like map out the member journey and understand where you're at. So if anyone wants to kind of like dive like deeper into the member journeys and then do an audit, like let us know. But like so the member journey like starts all the way from the website, and then while a member is a prospect, like they are not like they haven't like bought the membership yet, but they're thinking about buying a membership. The journey has begun, right? So at this point, like you have to sell them the membership. So they're a prospect at this time, and like they will probably like interact with you a few more times, like as a prospect. They'll probably come to a few events as a prospect, but they haven't signed up yet. They might talk to you or maybe like engage on the website a little as a prospect. So over like during that time, your goal is to like show them the value of the membership. So show them the true value of the membership, like what it is like to be a member of your association, right? If you can show them enough value, then they will convert and they will purchase the membership. Now they become the member at this point in time. So when they become a member, then we have a full member journey, like the onboarding and then engagement and then renewal. So the member experience is always there, right? So like if we take a good look at the member journey overall, if we like go through the whole cycle, that prospect, then onboarding, then engaging a current member, then the renewal process, and then elevating a membership, like get a member to kind of like start at a lower tier and then like go up in the tiers and then eventually becoming a volunteer and then becoming an advocate, maybe joining your board even, right? So like all of that is possible. But like if you map out the member journey and then look at the different areas like one by one, then you're actually able to deliver a much better experience for your members. We won't like go deep into that today, but I just wanted to like highlight how important member journeys are and what we're going to do today and the process that we're going to show with the tools and the strategies. Like all of these improve the member experience. It improves the member journey overall. So the whole onboarding, like the prospecting, onboarding, engagement, all of that will be like improved significantly by applying these ideas. So I'm going to talk about 3 hot ideas like I shared earlier. And after that, I'll show you a demo of like how we do it with our platform. Now, the biggest idea is like what drives engagement? It's newness. It's newness that drives engagement. And what do I mean by newness? When you log into Facebook or LinkedIn, every single time you log in, you see new content. You see something fresh and interesting. That new content is something that drives the member engagement the most. Whenever you publish something new, whenever you push out a notification, whenever you send like an email with new content, that is what drives engagement the most out of everything else. But of course, whenever you are posting relevant content, the new content has to be relevant as well. It cannot be just anything. It has to be new and also of high quality. So overall, like what we have found is that like what drives engagement is the newness, new notifications, new content, and then also in your inbox when you get an email, like which emails do we assume to be spam? The emails that we do not want, right? But if the email is relevant, we actually engage with them, we actually use them properly, right? So and when we are sending notifications, emails, or anything to our members, like if we're able to send relevant notifications, like not like a mass email all the time, but if we can send relevant notifications, segmented in a way that the member who wants a certain thing, they're actually notified about those areas of your website or those areas of your services. If you can make the notifications relevant, then each notification will be way, way more engaging than like doing like a mass email. So we have found that like if you can make it relevant, then it's like much more powerful, and also at the same time community connections. So like we as an association, if you're an association exec, then like we have limited time to push out new content. We have limited time to kind of like do new things for our membership. But if you let the community contribute, if you have like an online discussion forum or like a place where members can talk to one another, then your members will drive the connections. Your members will drive the notifications. The members will drive the newness, right? So that's what we mean by community connection. So us as the association, we don't have to do everything, right? So if you can kind of like get that like community engagement going, it's like a flywheel. At the beginning, when you're trying to do that, it takes like a bit of time to get the flywheel going. So the first few pushes, like it's difficult to get the engagement going, but like at one point it becomes a flywheel, and then like a little push actually takes you like really far. So overall, like engagement is driven by like the biggest like drivers of engagement are like these 3 things that we have found. So relevant content, relevant notifications, and then community connections as well along with the newness. Now, say you hold webinars all the time, you have good events and good content all the time, right? But when a member logs into your member portal, when they come to your website, they don't see the new items all the time. Like your member portal homepage is static. So when they come in, they only see like the old, like our services, this is what we do, this is who we are, right? And then something else. If they are always seeing that static content, then that does not work for engagement. So you need to like show them new content every single time they log in. So like a lot of associations that we work with, they actually have a lot of good content and they have lots of activities, but all those activities, they are not like combined and they are not kind of like presented like all the time to their members. So that presentation was one of the biggest problems. So I have literally spoken to hundreds of associations, right? And then like every single time I speak to someone, I find that, oh my God, they are doing such good work, they have such good content, they have such good services and events. But when the event or the service is there, the presentation of the service to the member through the platform, through the online portal or something else, that presentation isn't the best. And as a result, the engagement suffers. So members don't always like know what's going on. And we were doing a workshop with one of our clients like recently, and then like they in our workshop we actually help our clients to do like member discovery interviews, right, with their members. So they did a member discovery interview, and then like the first person they spoke to, they realized that like two of the big services the association had, the member didn't even know about that, and the member was there for I think 3-4 years already. So that's when they realize that like how important it is to kind of like have things like upfront and fresh all the time. So even like members who have been there for some time, they can refresh their memory that, oh, you know what, like they actually have this service, right? So yeah, the presentation is very, very important. Now, what like with one of our clients, like what we applied some of these ideas with our client, like Writers Union of Canada, and like when we like after applying everything, we were able to like increase their website signups by 5 times. Like this was unthinkable. Like I did not realize that this was possible. So when we did the project with like Siobhan and with Writers Union of Canada, like I was thinking, you know what, we'll probably get like and 50% increase, 100% increase, maybe maximum 2x. I had no idea that we will get a 5 times increase. So this is the power of like applying these ideas. So who here wants a 5 times increase in website signups? Type 5x on chat if you want 5 times. Anyone else wants a 5 times increase on your website signups? I want to see the excitement in you. You truly want. Tell me that you want it. No one wants a 5 times increase. Oh, someone posted on Q&A. There you go. Yeah. So yes, I'm seeing the submission on Q&A. All right, that's good. Laura is saying 5x. Okay. I'll continue. The next like hot idea is being available on your members' time, right? And this is so important, and like so many of us are not doing it well. So what does it mean? Your members are extremely busy. Your members are extremely busy, and like they will actually like not always have time to attend your events. So on average, if I give you like an example, so on average, like when we hold webinars, maybe around like 100 people will actually sign up for the month for the webinar. Out of the 100, maybe 30% will kind of like sign up. Sorry, like 30% will actually like show up at the webinar, right? So the remaining 70% that did not show up, why did they not show up? So the 70% did not show up because something else came up at that point in time. They have been busy, like they have a deadline, or there is an urgent like need for something else, or they just like forgot. Like many things can happen. So when a member does not like join one of your events, it's not because the content or the event is not important. It's because something more important came up in the member's life at that point in time. So even if the member was not able to attend the webinar or the content or whatever, like at that time, we have to make sure that we make ourselves available on the member's time. And that happens by building a rich member portal and a rich resource library, so that when you have a webinar or when you have any content or anything, and you actually publish the recording like online on the portal with a new notification all the time. So you posted this, a notification should go out to the member or on the homepage that this has just been posted. So if you can make that happen, then when the members logs in, they will actually see that there was a notification there, and then like with the notification, it'll be like much easier for them to engage with the content. So this is what I mean by being available on your members' time. Now, like, so there are many ways of doing that. So first of all, like, a member like may consume content in different ways, right? So like, someone may be willing to kind of like attend a 1-hour webinar. Another person may not actually have time to attend the full 1-hour webinar, right? So maybe like what they're looking for when they come to a webinar is just like a quick checklist. Like what can they do like right away to get the engagement going, or like solve a problem they have in their life, right? So we need to make sure that like the type of content that we are sharing, they're not one type of content all the time, because different members will actually have different needs. So that's why what we prefer is that like when we submit a content or anything, if you can kind of like create a little checklist along with that, maybe a checklist or maybe a little guide along with that, then the member who does not actually have the time to get the whole training or the whole content, they can still get like a quick summary by looking at the checklist, or maybe by looking at a quick guide. So this is what I mean by being available on your member's time. So a member who does not have 1 hour, but the member may actually have 15 minutes, right? So then you can interact with the member in that 15 minutes with the checklist or the guide. So this is that. And then another like good idea is that like sometimes like we have long form content. So like our podcast episodes are 90 minutes long. So 90-minute podcast episodes like can be like challenging for an executive to kind of like watch in one shot. So what we do is that like we still have the 90-minute podcast. So like we have a podcast coming up in 2 weeks. So it'll be a 90-minute podcast once again. So it'll be a very deep on the content. But like I know that like not too many people will actually have the time to like watch that 90-minute content. So what we do is after the podcast is recorded, we need to do the 90-minute podcast to have the content created, right? So, but after it's created, we actually like chunk it up. We actually create like short videos from the same podcast event. And like creating these like little like video snippets is actually very, very simple nowadays. There are so many tools that you can like use for that. We use a tool called CapCut. CapCut is like very powerful for doing that. And there are other tools as well. So like the whole idea here is that like you need to be available on your members' time, and then we cannot assume that like if you have a 1 hour or like 90-minute like long content, everyone will actually connect with that. So you have to have a bit of a variation in your content and be available on your members' time, whatever time the member has available like for them. Again, like breaking up trainings and content in like small chunks has like another benefit, right? So when someone like finishes watching a content or finishes watching like a 15-minute training, it makes them feel good that I have finished something, I have done something, right? So that like gratification, that is actually like very, very important as well, as opposed to like starting to watch like a 1 hour long video and then not like finishing till the end. Okay. And all of that can be done by having like a very rich resource library, right? And then like if you have like a good member portal, I'll show you an example of what we do in the end. But like if you have like a very rich member portal where members can come in and they can like find things very, very quickly, that is very important as well. So we actually have like an 8-second rule on our portal that like by the time the member logs in, it should not take any more than 8 seconds for them to find the content that they're looking for. If it takes more than 8 seconds, like you have lost them already. And this is like this is done like from UX researchers in general. So if it is like a new like person on your website, the threshold is much shorter. You have to connect within like 3 seconds. But like your members are like more reliable like members because like they know you, they trust you. So you have like a bit like higher threshold with them. So 8 seconds is like a good number. Now after that, sorry, I think I see a question. So Laurie is asking, was that CapCut that you use? Yeah, we use CapCut. I can like type on chat CapCut. So CapCut is it's a free tool. It's a free tool. So it's a very simple tool you can use to kind of like chop up like videos and create like shorter videos. There's a mobile app as well, and there's also a desktop app. So thank you, Laurie, for the question. Laurie was asking if we are using like CapCut. All right. So a quick like story from another of our clients. So we work with Skate Ontario as well. So like when we work with like Skate Ontario, so they had like very similar challenges, right? So they didn't have a member portal to begin with. So after working with like a Skate Ontario with Derek, so Derek was blown away by everything that we were able to do. And in the end, like he told us that like the project has given us such a valuable asset for our members, and it kind of the whole member portal increased their value proposition for their members big time, right? And it also automated their member engagement overall. So like building a rich resource library, it actually has a compounding effect because like first of all, if you have like a good library, then your members will actually like every single time they log in, they're getting all the content right away, right? And then every single time you add a new piece of content, the library gets better, right? So anytime a member is contributing a new post, a member asking a question in a discussion forum, and then another member answering the question, this enriches your content library because next time when someone else has a question and they search, they will get the answer there. So that's why having an online community and a good member portal online is so important. Okay. And by the way, so like anyone who's joining the webinar today, like we are doing like a free like 20-minute action plan meeting with you. So it's not like open for everyone. But if you are joining the webinar today, then you can book like a quick 20-minute meeting with me. Like this is not a sales meeting. This will be just like a one-on-one like action plan meeting that like how can you apply some of the ideas from the webinar or anything else on your member engagement like right away. So I can probably give you like one or two quick like tips and comments about like your member engagement like in that call. That's why it's a short 20-minute call. It's not a longer call. So yeah, so you can book a call with me on the link here, like on the meeting chat. So Anika just posted a link. If you just if you can just click on that and bookmark the link, that way you'll actually have it saved for yourself. And if you want to book a time right now, please go ahead. Then I can kind of like dive into some of your questions in the one-on-one meeting, and then I can give you some ideas. Okay. So the link is there on chat. So please use the link if you want to book a 20-minute call with us. Okay. Now, like the third hot idea, and like I think you know this already, but this is so important that we have to engage younger members now. The people that are coming into the workforce, they are the younger members nowadays, right? So unless we are able to engage younger members, our association will not be able to grow the membership. So and then like, I actually recently did like a whole like 1 hour like session. Like I was it was the CSA annual. So the CSA annual conference, like I had a whole talk about how to engage younger members. So I'll just like bring in some ideas from that talk like here. I'll just talk about just like some highlights and I'll get to the demo quickly. Now, which time do we have? Okay, we have time. So what's happening in the workforce right now? The people who were the millennials. So I'm a millennial myself as well. So the workforce, like the overall composition of the workforce is transforming, right? So people like the millennials, they're actually like getting into leadership roles nowadays, right? So millennials are becoming like the managers and or the directors nowadays, and the Gen Z is actually coming into the workforce. So so the age brackets of millennials and Gen Z is like this roughly. So people who are like 11 to 26 years right now, they are the Gen Z, and from 27 to 42 years old are actually the millennials. So now what we have realized, like there has been a lot of like research like done like on like millennials and Gen Z, and what happened is that the millennials and Gen Z, they actually grew up among a lot of like technology around them. So we grew up like in like among social media, and then the Gen Z hasn't seen a life without social media and devices, mobile devices everywhere. So since like Gen Z and millennials, they actually like grew up among social media and so many devices, so many connected devices, parts of their brains develop differently. We're actually seeing evolution, human evolution in action, right? So and what is happening is that like these younger generations, like Gen Z and millennials, they create and consume content at a much faster rate than the previous generations, right? So you'll see that like if you kind of like give an iPad to like a young kid today, you know, like they're able to like navigate and like click and like do things that we couldn't even imagine a kid would be able to do, but they're doing it, right? So we actually see that again and again. So I don't have kids myself, but like my nephews and nieces and then my friends' kids, I see them all the time. So we have to keep this in mind that the fabric of their world, like for the younger member, it's very different. What used to work like 10, 20 years ago will not work with the younger members. So we have to change our approach. So if we try to kind of like keep doing the same thing that we did before, it will not work for them, right? So we have to change our nature of engagement. The type of like activity, the type of things that we do with younger members has to be different. And if we don't take a proactive like effort in doing this, it will not happen by itself, right? So we have to be proactive in changing the type of engagement that we have, changing the type of content that we have, changing the type of like participation that we expect from younger members. So like what is working? So I'll give you like some quick examples. So in the past, what used to happen is that there was a longer time period to receive returns. So a member would probably join, and then like you'd probably have like 1 year to engage the member, and after the 1 year, the member will probably attend like some of the meetings, and then a member would know that like if I put in my time, then in a couple of years, maybe I can kind of like grow in the ranks, and I'll be able to get to a higher level of membership, or maybe I can do something more. And maybe like if I volunteered for 2-3 years, then maybe I can like be on the board, or like or maybe even join the association's like team itself. So in the past, the time to return was like much longer, but we don't have that luxury anymore. So today and in the future, what is working better is short form engagement with quicker results. So all the engagement that we want to have with younger members has to be short form. What do I mean by that? So, like I said, that like if we actually have like a 1 hour training material, 1 hour content, we need to break it up into shorter chunks, maybe a 15 minutes, 20-minute chunks, right? So that short content will drive engagement better with the younger members. And then also, like we have seen like volunteer opportunity that is like a 1 year volunteer opportunity that you like come and you join this volunteer committee, you'll be there for the whole 1 year. Younger members are not resonating well with that. So younger members, they're looking for shorter engagement. And like, so with younger members, what may actually work better is that as opposed to doing like long, like 1 year engagement, if you actually like did like a, say a short engagement, like say, hey, you know what, we have this volunteer role for 1 month, right? And then like in that 1 month, sorry, Anika, can you please tell Elmira that we can see her camera? Maybe she didn't realize if you want to message her. Yeah, so yeah, so like what is working better nowadays is that like if you have the volunteer opportunities like defined from the get-go that you know what, this is a volunteer opportunity, this is what you will get from the opportunity, this is what you will learn, this is what you can kind of take away in your career. And by the way, the opportunity is only for 1 month, or it's only for like a 3 month period, for 1 quarter, not for a whole year. So we want the engagement to be like shorter. And also you have to clearly define like what you're expecting from them, you know, and what will they get in return? What is the benefit for the member? Because younger members actually have like a very like diverse social life nowadays, right? On social media and everywhere else. So we want to make sure that like while we're competing with the other things, like the offer that we are actually like presenting to them to engage with our association, that offer is actually like valuable enough for them. They actually see the benefit. They actually see why it's important for them. So you have to like highlight the benefits like for the member. Now another thing as well is that like they also like to get access on demand. So for example, like I said, that like when you have a webinar or a content, and like if the member cannot find the content when they need it, someone like can sleep at night, they're like up like late, and then like they're probably like working late, and they want to like get some content from you. You know, if they can quickly find it on your website, you know, like then that's a letdown. So when the member like wanted to get the content, right? So if your portal and the content is not there, right, then like you're actually like driving down the engagement. So that's what I meant by being available on your member's time, right? So if a member wants to access something maybe in the middle of the night, you need to be there. You need to like be available for that. I mean, so it's not our fault that the world is like this right now, right? So like the main challenge right now is that uh, like we're competing with so many for-profit companies, that we're competing with the LinkedIn, Facebook, and Netflix, right? Where everything is there on demand. So like because of that, like what's happening is that like consumers want that level of service. It's not our fault. It's just like the world has changed. So when someone logs into Netflix, they actually have like everything like on demand. Everything they can access is on demand. So we have to like provide a service similar to that. Now, also like younger members are like more like relying on self-serve options. So like we don't want them to kind of like give you a call and like be on hold for 20 minutes and while you're figuring out an account like problem or something, right? We want to make things more self-serve. So they're able to like navigate their way through an app. They're able to like click their way through like some options and then like do whatever they're looking to do with their membership on their own. Of course, you want to be available for them, right? But like the long wait time will not actually work out well for them in general. So we want to give them more self-serve options. So this is like a summary of like what works well with younger members, and I'll show you a quick demo of our platform on like how do we make it happen for our clients through our platform. So actually, before I do that, I'll just tell you a bit more about like what we do. So our platform is called Member Lounge, right? So I'll show you a demo of Member Lounge. But like, so when we like work with a client to kind of like increase your member engagement, and when we like deploy a new Member Lounge like platform for your association, we also do like a member journey audit workshop. So we sit with you and then we do a whole audit of your member journey, understand like what are the gaps, like what are the hidden opportunities you have in your membership right now, and then we give you like a whole action plan that you can apply right away. So even if you don't use our platform, you can always take the workshop, and the workshop will actually give you very powerful insights on how you can increase your member engagement. And also like our platform kind of like gives you like a one-stop shop of like how to, of like all the resources that your association can actually have with your members. But we also do customized member portals. So for example, like some of our clients have used Member Lounge. For example, one of our clients, they are a pharma association, and the pharma association, what they did, they took our Member Lounge platform and they actually built more services on top of that. And with that, we're actually serving like more than, I think we're serving more than 1,000 pharmacies in Canada, including like Shoppers, Drug Mart, like Rexel, and then like many others. So for 1,000 pharmacies are actually using like our platform to actually get the service from the association. So yeah, so we build customized member portals, and we also do the member journey audit workshop like for our clients. So I'll show you a quick demo of the platform. So when you, sorry, see if I can make it slightly bigger. Okay, I think that's all I can do. So when you like log into our platform, so our platform looks like this. So this is more like a social media environment. So what will happen, like we strongly encourage you to kind of like have like a separate membership, public membership website versus a member portal. So when a member actually comes to your public website, we actually want them to like see all the content we want to like share to the like to the rest of the world, like not the members only content, right? So your prospects should come to your membership website first, and then when they log in, after logging in, we want to only give them members only content and nothing else, so that there's no confusion at all, right? That's how we build like a clean user journey. So what we did on the member launch platform is that like when they log in, they actually see a social media like environment here. So in the center column, there's a timeline. So anything happening anywhere, like in the association, shows a feed on the homepage. So when they log in, they actually see something new. For example, like this new webinar coming up. And then as I scroll down, it's an infinite scroll. So if the member feels like scrolling, we keep giving them more and more content. We do not give up. As an association, you do not give up, right? So you keep like showing them updates, and the member has to give up. They're like, oh, you know what? I've had enough. I will actually leave the homepage right now. So we have an infinite scroll in the homepage. And then like on the left, we designed the whole thing around like three main areas. So what we found is that like all the member engagement is driven by three main things. These are like events, your resources, the resource library, and then discussions, right? So like again and again, like the more we spoke to associations, we realized that like there are different variations of this, different variations of events. There are different variations of resources and different variations of discussions and communities, right? So we designed everything around these three things. So I'll show you the resource library very quickly, because like we spent a lot of time perfecting this. So what we want to do, like, when we click on the resource library, you see that like we have like a very clean interface. We did not create subfolders. We actually like walked away from subfolders like on purpose. So when you come to this page, you see that we are showing everything in one page. And then if you keep scrolling down, you'll actually see more and more content. It's an infinite scroll again. The more you scroll, the more content you'll actually get. It keeps loading, right? So we found out there are like three main behaviors for users in general. There's one behavior where people will actually like want to scroll, right? So they scroll and they find new content. And there are some people who know exactly what they want. So then they'll kind of like click on the categories, and then they can filter the categories right away. So the whole experience here is like very snappy, So this is like more like Netflix. This is more in line with like social media like LinkedIn. So so you can do that. So this is the second behavior. People like to kind of like filter and then like see what they're looking for. Or some people will also like search, right? So for example, sustainable membership. So they can search here. And they'll get to that content right away, right? So you can see this is a resource, and it's actually coming up. So that's what we did. So we actually made it extremely easy for a member to find content, whatever they're looking for. And again, like we actually like collect a lot of like analytics, like when our like current sites are being like used by members, and it actually takes people less than 8 seconds to find what they're looking for. Okay. And then also like when I go to one of the contents of, say I come here, then in the resource area, in the resources, we actually have like the whole webinar or the whole talk here. And then you can upload like more like guides and worksheets alongside that. So more downloads. It can be like a PowerPoint download or something else. And if you have like more links, like external links, you can put them here as well. And you can design the page the way you want. Like you can add images and whatnot in the body area. And what we do as well, so I'll show you another example. I'll go to education series. If I go to this piece of content, right? So here you'll see that like this is just like one guide, right? So that's why there's only a guide. So you can have that as well. You don't have to have videos all the time. If you have like a guide or a worksheet, you can upload the guide or the worksheet here as well. That way, anyone searching for it will actually come up. Like, it'll actually come up very, very quickly. Now, like here's the kicker. So when someone is browsing some content here, right, what we show at the end is relevant content. We show them content that are actually very similar. That way, we have one more chance to engage the member with similar content, right? So and like we're actually making everything like AI powered, so that like we actually show relevant content and we send relevant notifications to everyone, so that like things you're looking for are things that are relevant to you, and we are not spamming you at all. And we put like lots of Easter eggs here and there. So I'll show you this. And we actually did this like from like our UX surveys and our analytics. So we saw that like people were clicking in this area, top right area, quite a bit. Their mouse would hang around here and they would kind of like click here and there sometimes, right? So we put a cross button right there, right? So what is that like what is that X button doing there, right? So what we found is that just by putting that X, people want, when they're done with this, right, people don't leave the website, they want to X out. As opposed to leaving the tab, as opposed to clicking a different tab, people have a tendency to kind of like X out of this. So, and see what we did. When you X out of this, you get taken back to the home page to see more content, right? So these are like little nudges that we have like built into like the platform overall, right? So to drive more engagement. And then also at the same time, like if you're following any content and that content actually has any update, you'll see notifications here. So right now there's nothing because this is a demo platform, but like for you engaging, for a member engaging with any content, we send them notifications here, and they actually see notification and they click on them and they actually get to the content right away. So that's the resources area. We actually have an event area as well. So if you since you have signed up for our webinar, you have already used our platform, right? So you actually used our own member launch like platform to sign up for this webinar. So you have been using the platform already, right? So and like the whole experience on the member launch events area is exactly the same, right? So you click on register, and then we actually give you the registration form. And again, the registration form you can design the way you want. So we have this, and then you can create like a fancy event like description area with graphics and content and whatnot. So the event area is like a full replacement of Eventbrite or any other event tool. You can use this to sign up your like webinars. You can use it for paid events or workshops. If you have in-person events, you can use it for that as well. How are we doing for time? Okay, we have some more time as well. We can take audience questions. And finally, the discussions area. So the discussions area, we're actually like very proud of this as well. So what we did is that in the discussion groups, you'll actually see the different discussion groups that a member can join. If you are here and you want to join a group, all you do is follow. You follow that group and you become part of that group, right? You see the whole experience is like so snappy, it's so simple. You click to follow, click to unfollow. It's as simple as that, right? No clunky UI, no clunky pages or anything at all. And when I log in, when I actually not log in, sorry, when I enter that group, you see that the discussion group like itself is very much social media like, right? So we're giving people like an interface that people are already familiar with. People know Facebook, people know LinkedIn. So the whole experience here is exactly like that. Now, something more we have done is that you see that we are following the whole group right now. Someone may not want to follow the whole group, but they may want to follow specific content, right? So like I mentioned that like we send relevant notifications. We do not want to spam our members. So you can follow individual content as well. So you can come here if you see this content that you're interested in, right? You can just click to follow, and then you will see like all the discussions and whatever is actually happening here. And also at the same time, anytime you interact with any content, so say you posted a content or you kind of replied to something, right? You start following that content automatically, so you get a notification from that piece of content. Okay, so that's the discussion area. And yeah, so we're actually building like more like AI powered like discussion features overall. So I think like one key thing that we'll be releasing like sometime soon is that catching like problematic like posts, right? So for example, like we have heard from a lot of association like clients that yeah, we actually don't have a lot of time to moderate the discussion groups because like we have to like watch what members are posting, and then we don't have the time to like watch what they're posting. So that's why we chose not to have a discussion group. So what we are doing is we're actually like building an AI powered like post like sentiment detection. So like when someone will post something, we will have like a sentiment analysis of the post, and if the post like may be deemed as like not fit for this forum for whatever reason, for profanity or anything else, right? So then we will kind of like send a notification to the admin, to the staff, saying like, hey, you know what, there is a post which may need moderation. but we will let most of the posts pass without the admin having to do anything. So we automatically screen just like a spam filter, right? So your email inbox is doing a spam filter. We will do the spam filtering like on your behalf on the discussion forum on our platform using AI. That way, you don't have to moderate everything, but you only moderate the things that needs your attention and not everything. That's how we're kind of like lowering the admin work to maintain a community, and we're like adding like more features. Like it's like coming, like I think it'll be like later this year, not in the next couple of months, that like whenever someone posts a question, right, if we can detect that like this member may actually have expertise in this area, they will be notified to kind of like come and jump in, right? But these will be relevant notifications sent to the member to kind of like answer the question, and this will be done like all with AI, powered by AI, to drive engagement and to kind of like help the members get better answers and contribute in more meaningful discussions. So yeah, and there's a lot more that we are doing. Okay, so I'm going to like take a breather right now. I've been talking a lot. Does anyone have any questions at this point? You can raise your hand and unmute yourself, or you can like type on chat. I'm happy to kind of like answer from chat as well if you have any question. Actually, let me ask you this, right? Among like all the ideas that you have seen so far, so the different ideas, right? So and then like the platform that we have shown you, which of the ideas will be the most powerful for you? Like which one idea will be the most powerful? If you can maybe type on chat. So I'll give it a couple of minutes to type on chat, like which one idea will be the most powerful for you, or anything I've shown you so far in the demo. What will be the most powerful? I'll also take some questions that were submitted earlier. So we actually highlighted some of the questions that were submitted before. These were like the top questions that we wanted to cover in the webinar. I'll actually wait for the chat first if you have any question from chat since you're here. Any takers? Anyone wants to submit some questions? Or so Laurie is saying the breaking down of longer webinars into small packages. Absolutely, absolutely. That is very, very powerful. And Lindsay is saying reaching younger demographic. Okay, yeah. Lindsay, do you already have any like initiative going on to connect with younger members? Are you doing anything or anything you have in mind? Or let me open the floor for everyone else. Like, is anyone else like doing any initiative for younger members? Like anything you think will be relevant for younger members, better than what used to work before? Got it, got it. So Lindsay is saying she's new to the role. All right. Is anyone like doing anything that is? Does anyone have an initiative that is actually like more engaging for younger members? You can type on chat or unmute yourself. We want to like hear your story, and then like see if we can share the ideas with the others. You can raise your hand if you want to come on the mic. Okay, probably not. So I'm going to take the other audience questions. So shout out to Shanita Smith, Trevor Hayden, Eligius Shapiro, and Jacqueline Peterson for submitting some amazing questions. So I'll go through them very quickly with you. And by the way, like if you want to book a quick 20-minute call with me, like to have like a one-on-one discussion, I know like we don't always want to kind of like be active in a group like this and like share our association's situation with the group. So if you want to have like a quick chat with me, you can book a time on my calendar and we can kind of like do a one-on-one call with you and give you some ideas. Okay. So Anika, the link is there, right? On chat. Yes, there's the link. Okay. So you can use the link to book a meeting. So I'll take Shanita's question. So Shanita is asking, what are some top engagement techniques for membership departments for nonprofit associations? Yeah, so I think the whole webinar was about that, like the top engagement techniques. So like I said before, just to recap, like the newness, so you have plenty of content, but if you can like present the content in a more like a social media like timeline, in a feed on your member portal, like what we have here, I think this is extremely powerful, right? So newness is something that drives engagement. So if you can show new content all the time, that will be great. There's that. And then like also I mentioned, like you have to make sure that you're being available on your members' time. like for sure that when the members log in, they should be able to access the content. And number three, you have to engage with younger members. So I think these are the three things like you have to do. Um, Trevor Hayden is asking, what are the best practices to engage members through virtual events? Yeah. So I think virtual event is like, they're actually like trickier, right? Virtual, like there's such Zoom fatigue nowadays, right? So what we are finding overall, like from the stats and from the surveys, is that like just virtual events like is not cutting it anymore, right? So people want to connect with one another in an in-person event. So I think like the direction things are going is a hybrid of both. So if you do a few virtual events, but then like throw in like one or two like virtual events like events in between, right? And then if you can make the virtual events a bit more interactive, right? So like I can give you a quick example of like how can we make it interactive. So maybe like ask a quick question, in an event. So throw in a quick question. So say the question that I asked before, like what is so say I'll ask a question. What is the one thing you can do to engage younger members? So I will like post that question on chat or on the screen, that what is the one thing you can do on member engagement, and then we will create breakout rooms in the Zoom chat, or like in the whatever platform you're using. Create breakout rooms and then have people join in groups of 4, groups of 5. Go in a breakout room in a small setting and have them talk and brainstorm. And then that way they'll bounce ideas with one another, they'll interact with one another, and then actually they will actually create long form long standing connections, right? Like with the members who were there, right, in the virtual event, in the breakout room. Plus at the same time they will get new ideas from one another. So breakout rooms and then like these like quick discussion topics are very powerful for virtual events. And there are many others as well. This is just like one. There's another idea for virtual events is that like if you kind of like create mixers, right? So as opposed to like doing like a manual breakout room, what you can do is that like there was an app, I can't remember right now, that actually had speed networking, right? So that like within like a 20-minute networking window, every 5 minutes you'll actually meet someone new, and it would cycle, and it will let you kind of connect with different people. If you can do mixers like that in the virtual event, like they're very powerful as well. Okay, but I think the breakout room is a no-brainer. Like Zoom has it, all the platforms have it. So just do breakout rooms and like have people ask and discuss questions in the virtual events. Okay, the next question by Elidias is that like, what are the benefits of having a searchable resource library on the member portal? Yeah, so I think like the most important thing here is that like we have to be available on the members' time. So there's that is like the biggest the biggest thing I think for members, that when the members actually want to like get your content, the content is there, right? So I think that is very, very powerful. And also like if you can kind of like make the resource library very dynamic, like how we have it. So whenever a resource is posted, there's a feed here. So something being posted has a feed at the top. That way that resource actually gets like a boost, like in the whole membership. So if you can do that, then like I think it'll be very engaging. So yeah, I think like that is the biggest takeaway, that like being available on your members' time, and also the compounding effect, right? So as you keep adding in the resource library, as you keep adding the discussions, right, the whole library and everything gets better for your membership. The membership gets better. So that compounding effect is actually very, very powerful. Okay, so the last question that I'll take today is from Jacqueline Peterson. So Jacqueline is asking, what are the top key features, benefits a website can offer? Like that is a very good question, very, very good question. So if you're talking about the public website is actually a kind of like a different discussion, right? But I think like for the member portal, once the member has logged in, I think I already showed you that like the 3 areas are actually that, right? So we see that like it keeps coming back again and again: events, resources, and discussions, right? But like I'll tell you quickly about like what can you do on the public website as well. That is very, very powerful. That is very engaging. And this is what led to a 5 times increase like with that client of ours. So I'll go to our client's website. So this is not the member portal. When you click on the member login, you'll get to the member portal. So I'll show you like when you click on this, you get to the member portal, which is a separate members area with a login. You see there are separate websites. For post engagement, you have to have different websites. So what drives a lot of engagement for a public website, right? So there are 3 main things, and I see so many people not doing it, and this is a no-brainer. So we have a magic formula with 3 things, right? So on the public website. So number 1, you have to say, do you understand the member's problem? You have to say that you understand your member's problem. Number 2, do you have a solution to your member's problem? And number 3, can you be trusted to solve the member's problem? If you can nail these three things, engagement on the public website will be a no-brainer. So on the public website, on the homepage, you have to have these three things. And if these three things are at the top of the website, above the fold, then your engagement will actually go through the roof. Again, I'll share this one more time. Number one, do you understand your member's problem? Number two, do you have a solution to your member's problem? And number three, can you be trusted to solve the member's problem? So how we have done this on this website is that we show them upfront, like what is the problem that a member may actually have. So they're saying that like we are the national organization for like published writers, and then we actually did this like through some analytics. Before we redid the website, we actually looked at the analytics of their whole website and we found out what is the one thing that was being accessed the most, that was getting published. The one question that members were actually accessing the most all the time, the page was getting published. So we made that front and center, right? So we actually we're saying it that getting published. Finish your manuscript. Are you doing this? Are you going through, have a great idea for a story, right? So we are telling them that we understand your problem, right? We're saying it upfront. And then we have a download right away. This is like a free lead magnet. So if you click on this, you have to enter your email to download the content. So we're saying that we understand your problem and we have a solution to your problem as well. That is this guide, right? We have a solution. By the way, if you scroll down, we have more solutions for you. How we support our members. We actually have we outline the member benefits right up front on the homepage. That you can, if you are a member, you get all of this. By the way, you can also download a sample of our resources. So this is again a free download. This is like a sampler, like a free trial of the membership. You download this, and then when you see this is valuable, you'll want to sign up to be a member. And also at the same time, so this is do you know my problem, and do you have a solution to my problem? This is the solution, right? And can you be trusted to solve the problem? That is testimonials and client stories. If you can put up beautiful client stories and testimonials, then they are very, very powerful for your members. Video testimonials work the best. So I'll actually show you on our website. If you come to our website and then click on client stories, we have a beautiful testimonials area. We collect stories from all of our clients, right? So see, we actually took a lot of time to kind of design this area as well. And these are all videos. These are video testimonials, right? So videos of all the executive directors and the chairs, right? So, and they're right here. So again, you see that we're being available on our users' time. Some people may watch the video, but some people may want to just read the text depending on how much time they have and their behavior pattern, right? So we just didn't have the video there. We have text as well, right? So we are being available on our members' time, based on their behavior patterns. Okay. So yeah, so that's that. So again, these three powerful things, right? So do you understand your member's problem? Do you have a solution to the problem? And can you be trusted to solve the member's problem? If you can do that on the homepage, your organic signups and everything will go through the roof. Okay. So with that, I think we are towards the end of the webinar for today. We are over time as well. Now, do we have any more questions? Any last questions or any other last takeaways? If you like this event, if this was helpful for you, right? So please give me a thumbs up, maybe on the chat, or say yes. Just say yes. So I know that so you actually got value from here, from the webinar. Laura is giving us a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Okay. Anyone else? Maybe I did a bad job. I didn't do a good job for the webinar. Okay, Niam is saying yes, so that's wonderful. Caitlin, thank you so much. Lindsay is saying thought-provoking. Okay, that's wonderful. Alrighty. So once again, we spend a lot of time creating content, and we spent so much time on our platform as well. I'll actually quickly, before we wrap up, we'll actually show you one more thing, right? So it's not like the Apple one more thing, but just an example. So Brad is saying, great job, thanks, very informative. Okay, wonderful, thank you, Brad, for that. So I'll show you one of our clients' websites. So you've seen a demo of our demo website, right? But one of our clients has done such a wonderful job. Oh my God, they're the Alberta Dental Association. And oh my God, they have taken it up one notch. So this is the ADA member portal, right? So I'll go to their public website first. So on their public website, this is what it looks like on their public website. And then from there, they have a member login. When you click on the member login, you are taken to the members area. And you see what happened. I was a member, so I logged in. So I did not have to log in again. I remember the user, and it's not even a password remember. I'm not remembering the password. I just logged the member in right away. You want to give your member an experience like that. They come to your website, they click on member login, they're taken to the member portal right away. And we had to do this in a secure way, right? That if the location changes and then if something else changes, if there is a hacking attempt, then we kind of like send like a two-factor authentication in those cases. But most of the time, it's a seamless login. And you see that like we are able to like rebrand everything like their brand colors and their website. So their logo shows up. And again, this is not custom work. Like it's built in our platform that we can rebrand everything for you, like to make the look and feel like for your brand colors and for your brand. And they have done such a great job. If you scroll down, it's such an active and vibrant community that they have built. So everything looks the same, but with their branding, right? And if I do start tour, you'll actually see there's like a tour coming up very quickly. It shows you the different areas. So a new member that who's kind of logging in, we actually show them around, like so this way you can avoid the onboarding hassle that you have to go through with the members, right? So our new members onboarding becomes very, very easy. We show them all the different areas. Okay, so I'll X out. And then their resource hub as well is like very, very vibrant. They are doing so much work over there. So yeah. By the way, we were showing this like with their permission. We asked them earlier this morning whether it's okay to show you a quick demo. So yeah, there you go. With that, I think we will wrap up for today. Thank you so much for joining us. And like I forgot to mention that this is also being streamed on YouTube Live. So if you're joining on YouTube Live, thank you so much for that as well. Please subscribe to our channel, our member lounge channel, and then like give this video a thumbs up if you're joining us on YouTube. And if you post a question on YouTube, we'll answer your question there as well. Okay, so with that, we're going to wrap up for today. Please save the meeting link. We're going to like post, I'm going to post it one more time on chat so you don't miss it. Please like click on the link and bookmark it so that we can talk to you later as well. Alrighty. We wish you all the best with your membership journey, and I'll see you at the next webinar. Bye for now.